Bob the Builder. Fuck's sake. That fucking bollocks and bollocks. Right. It's going to be a good one today with coffee with Scruff. But first I need a shower because I'm knackered. My knees are smashed and I need a shower. So that's what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to come back to the camera and I'm going to explain exactly why you fail as a trader.
Matron, take them away.
Don't you worry, I got my own coffee.
Oh, did you know? So you managed to bring it from the bedroom, did you?
I did, I. It was very good of you to make it though.
I did, and I left it in the...
It was there waiting for me when I got out the shower. Hello boys and girls, this is your first time here. I am the coffee obsessed Big Scruff, and sitting next to me is the Scruffy obsessed Wild Winky. Are you obsessed with me? Do you want me?
Splendid girl, and so helpful. Do you know she's been showing me how to stick the pole up?
Yeah.
You do? Right. This video is going to end very quickly, boys and girls. She's only happy with me because I said we'd have another holiday.
And a new bathroom.
And we get a new bathroom, and she's so excited. Simplest things. But this is a trading channel, not a lifestyle channel.
No way.
And I'm going to touch on that in just a moment. But we did have a wonderful holiday. We went on a cruise up the Norwegian fjords. Here's a couple of pics. And it was wonderful. And I needed it because I needed the break from the charts, but I also needed a break from life. And sometimes that's where failure comes from. And that's what today is all about. So before we start, did you enjoy your holiday?
I did, it was lovely.
It was lovely. What was your highlight?
I think it was called Flam.
Phlegm, yes, it was beautiful. I was hoping she was saying it was when I was in the bedroom.
No, it was amazing.
Because she wants me. Yes, I was amazing. I was fantastic.
No, it was the scenery. It was.
Was that not amazing?
Yeah, you were amazing. Yes, but I thought the place was beautiful. It was. And I even got you to go for a long walk.
Oh, that's disgusting.
She didn't know. I thought she was going to bloody kill us.
No, it was lovely. You got it.
Yes, it was very pretty. It was. I could easily live there. It was beautiful. In fact, here it is. This is Flam. Where it was here.
We'll have to learn how to say it.
I've got no idea. I didn't care either. Top and bottom of it is, I had a wonderful time. But are you having a wonderful time with trading? So many people are not. And if this is your first time here, what you'll find with Coffee with Scruff and everything that I do, I script nothing. Not a bean. When I'm working, I just literally switch the camera on. What you see is what you get. You either like it or you don't. If you don't, watch somebody else. I don't care. Right? But if you do, listen to what I say. And if you don't understand it, drop it in the comments or come along to our Discord. There's open channels there for everybody to come along. And you'll find links for that below. I'll always try and help and support. But there is a caveat. You have to put the work in. Because if you're just a freeloading tosspot, thinks this job is easy and it's just a couple of clicks of the mouse and you're going to be rich, I've got zero time for you. None whatsoever.
What?
Because I know for a fact you're not going to make it. But also it's one of the areas that I'm going to come to. Now when you look at the charts, there is a number of elements that make you fail. And I'm going to sum it up with one word and then break it down into some subcategories. That one word is respect.
You serious?
You don't respect yourself. You don't respect the chart. You don't respect your account size. So how on earth are you going to make a living from it?
I don't know where you get your delusions, laser brain.
You rock up at your job, whatever it is. I mean, even if you've just got a shitty job, but you come up and you've got no respect for it. You just dilly-dally about. You look for the shortcuts all the time. You think you're going to last long in that job? Not really. I mean, I've worked for myself now, well, fully for 23 years, but I've had businesses for, well, be closing on 30 years because I've had them since I was early 20s, and I'm 53 now. Trust me. Anybody turned up at my factory and they're not willing to put the work in, they don't last long. But I expected the same when I was in industry. If I didn't put the work in, I didn't expect me to last long. It comes down to respect. Now, that's the first part. It's respecting yourself. Because if you've got no respect for yourself, in other words, you're a freeloading tosspot.
I know. This is messed up. These guys, they're fucking idiots.
How are you going to succeed? You'll always be a freeloading tosspot.
Do you not like it?
Eh? Well, I am. You know this is the one subject that you're going to get a Scruffy rant now, right? Because that's the other thing. Because I am old, I can go off on one when I feel like it, and today's the day. Because she, right, she's killing me, right? You saw me walk in, right? I was in my, obviously, proper building attire, because I love to be dressed properly. No, but I'll show you what I've been doing. I've been doing this.
Right, boys and girls, shall I show you what she's been having me do today? I'm supposed to be having a day off today. I've only just come back from holiday. Of course I can have a day off. No, apparently not. I have to get back to the house because the house is fecked. And trust me, in the next 2 months it'll be finished. But new switches, happy days. Staircase, happy days. Right. Been putting on skirting board, happy days. That side. And that side, good stuff. Also being creative, show you down here. Okay, let's have a little look at this. Need to sand it back, but there we go. I don't know if you can see that. Nice return. Get it sanded back. Get that bit plastered down there. Because I'm not having a return into the stairs. I'm having just a open alcove all the way down into the corner. All nicely mited. Scruffy's knackered. Been at it all day. Why? Because she's a slave driving cow. But she's a slave driving cow, that might be nice to me. Oi.
I heard what you said.
Didn't even get it.
I'm the cow.
Trust me, you are the cow. But we're in our makeshift office, which is here. But we're going upstairs. Shall I show you upstairs? I'll show you where we're going. Here, I'll show you up here. It's a bit of a wreck. But we're not be long. Here, I'll show you this, just in case you've never been. Because yes, when you look at the videos, you think, well, that tramp lives in a friggin' scruff house. You're right, this tramp does live in a scruff house. But it'll turn into a nice house, but I'll still be a tramp. But up here, this is my office. And it's going to be my studio. So I'm quite happy. It's all plastered out, or plasterboarded ready. Computer system over there. Heating system just needs to go in when they're plastered. Special socket over there for a very good reason. Can we guess what the reason is? I'll pause. Comments below. What do you think I might put in that corner?
Coffee, 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 coffee. Cappuccino. Java, yes.
You're damn right, it is a coffee machine. So let's go see if the cow's still kicking off. See, and it's the way we talk to each other, boys and girls, so don't be offended. And if you are a walkie person who gets offended, well, you can fuck off. Oi, have you changed your mind on the coffee yet?
No, I'm not offended at all.
You're not offended at all?
I got nothing on.
Can we do something else then? That'll be no then. Right, back to the screens.
How does your missus put up with you? Must be my legendary prowess as a lover.
What, I'm
Right.
coffee and eating chocolate fingers?
No, after I'd done that bloody
You
skirt
still
board.
had a chocolate.
I still had chocolate. Well, of course, you've got to have coffee and chocolate biscuits while you're working. I mean, bloody hell, I'm not that much of a
No, you were
nerd.
sitting on the sofa.
I'd finished.
Oh,
What did you do?
I swept up.
No, you were a pain in the arse, just rattling on, going, what are you doing this for? What are you doing that for? That doesn't look like it's going to fit. Oh, it looks lovely, that now. Yeah, because you made an assumption before you saw what was going on, correct? And that is why you fail as well, because you make an assumption. Right, sorry.
Try and get back to your train.
Right, okay. But the hallway's starting to look lovely. The staircase, I finished the staircase, put the skirting boards in. We're ready to be sort of painted and have a little bit of plaster work done. Happy days, right. I lost my thread now. Oh, you got me on a rant again.
You always on a rant. Again?
What was I ranting about? Oh yeah, freeloading tosspots, that's right. Now, I've had nothing in my life, and I've had substantial in my life, but I've never taken from anybody. I've always worked my way out of problems. 6-7 years ago, I had a very, very successful business, and you'll see it in my life story that's on here. And if you dig it out, you'll find that it was very successful. And it collapsed catastrophically, and we lost everything. Now, I could have just cried, looked for handouts, all of that, but I didn't. I put the work in, and I got myself back to where I am now. And all right, I don't live in the biggest house in the world. I don't drive a brand new supercar or anything like that. I drive a nice car, I live in a nice area, and the house that I've got, I own it. You know, well, Joanna and I own it. Well, Joanna owns it, let's be honest.
I don't.
Yeah, you do.
We do it together.
We do it together. See that? We do it together. How wonderful is that? Was that because I was amazing? It's true, isn't it?
You are amazing.
Am I? Really?
Yeah.
Is that because you squeal a lot?
Jesus Christ, dude.
You're a bit noisy, actually, aren't you? Right, sorry. Anyway, we'll get back to that. Hold on a second, boys and girls. I'm having a moment. That was a good moment. Right. What am I driving at? If you're looking for shortcuts, you're always going to fail. And that's what happens in this industry. It's full of shortcuts. Now, the next part of that is you look for those shortcuts in the chart. You're not respecting the chart. So what does that mean? Well, it means that you just think it's X marks the spot. You're not following a process. You think, oh, well, I've seen the latest sort of super strategy. Oh, it's on a 1 minute chart. Oh, look at this. There's a fantastic area. Oh, there's a liquidity grab. I was reading it this morning. Absolute horseshit, right? Zero concept of what the high time frames are doing. None whatsoever. But think about this. Who moves the market? It's not you. It's big money. And if you think for a second they're looking at a minute chart, you're in cuckoo land. Absolute cuckoo land. You look and see what the bigger trends are doing, what the bigger picture is, and then you fine tune that idea on a small time frame. You don't look for the idea on a small time frame and then worry about what's happening on the big time frame. That's just dumb. And it's probably why it's called dumb money, because the people that are doing it are feckin' stupid. And what you'll also see with that is it's all boom and bust. And that comes down to the next part of non-respect, which is your account size. Because if you're not respecting how much you've got no chance. Absolutely none. Because you'll go, oh, I'm brilliant. I'm super. Look at me. I haven't lost a trade in 3 months. I'm so amazing. Okay. What happens on the next month? Oh, I've lost all my money. Oh, I've wiped out. Why? Because you didn't put respect into the process. None whatsoever. I trade very small in relation to the size of the account. So I've got room to breathe. I've got room to get out of trouble if I'm going to be damaged. But if I am damaged, it's not catastrophic. I respect the account. And I'll show you. I'll pull up small account that we've been building. I'll show you deal. I also want to touch on the prop industry, to be honest. because I think a lot of these failure rates all come from, or the failure of the prop industry at the moment comes from these traits that I'm talking about. And when I come back to sort of on the charts and sort of areas of not respecting yourself, looking for shortcuts, not respecting the account because your position's on too big, and then thinking X marks the spot on small time frames, there is one thing that is overwhelmingly obvious. It's over trading. You know, if you're trading more than 3-4 times a day, you seriously want to be questioning what you're doing. If you're swing trading, you put on one position every few days, if you're lucky. When you're day trading, the market has a natural rotation that happens maybe 2 or 3 times during the day. It happens at the beginning of the day for London. It's a rotation out of the Asian session. Then goes into lunch, which creates the New York section. There'll be another rotation then, and then there's a third rotation towards the end of the night. So the market, and that's what the oscillation is, that's the shape of the market. So really, you've only got 2 or 3 opportunities at best. So why the hell are you trying to do 60 trades? Stupid, you know, absolutely stupid. Unless it's a single trade and you broke your position up. I can go with that. I do that. You know, I can have 20 positions on, but it's one trade and it's broken backwards. You know, I prefer 5, but you can. So where does this lead to with the prop industry? Well, let me just show you what small accounts can be done first, and then we're going to sort of end this on the situation with prop at this moment in time. So if I flick this over, and you'll kind of see where it came from anyway. I kind of posted in the Discord, why do you think most people fail? And the guy started talking about it. Now this is a good community. It's very active, and as I said, you can come into it. There's links in the description below. Now I'm going to pull up my share spreadsheet, and then I want to show you a couple of things. Okay, so it's called Share 23 because it started off as a share account, trading shares, very small, to build up something sizable. Now, if I go to my summary, you'll see it started with 118 in December, all right? And it's grown substantially. In fact, it's 815% growth since April. Outstanding, right? But I respect that the positions are very small. Look, they're like 55 pence and 10 pence. We finally got it up to £1. And I've made, in the course of this month, 147 quid off the starting balance of just shy of 1200. I'm really happy with that. But look how many trades there is. There's not many. Not many at all. Okay. Now that is represented in the account itself. You can see it here. You know, it's got good growth running up. Pull it down. I've had one bad day. One. But my return rate's good. My win rate is good. Everything is good. Because I respect the fact that it's small. So I don't swing at the fences with it. I'm very cautious with it. Now, I also trade prop. But I'm cautious with prop as well. In fact, he is sort of like my latest stat off one of the accounts. Boom.
Matron, take them away.
Again, for the size of the account, the positions are very small, which allows me to ride out any noise. I got clipped this week. You know, I took an almighty punch, you know, but it wasn't bad enough that it hurt the account. But what I do from these accounts is I get paid regular, you know, and this is something we're going to touch on because this section deal is pulled out of the prop industry. But I want to show you this because payments from now on will be coming direct to my bank. And if you think I'm giving you my bank account details, you are kidding. But I'll show you this because it's third party and out of the way, and then you can kind of see it for yourself. But the fivers pay me constantly. Every month I draw out what I need, and there's sizable figures over and over constantly. And I take that money, and what I've been doing, and if you bear with me, I'll just flick this over while I log that on. Because I'm not showing you my logins to my bank account. I mean, bloody hell. How stupid do you think I am? Well, you think I'm stupid, don't you?
No.
Do you not? Am I amazing?
Yes.
Is that just in the bedroom?
We've just had this conversation.
In the bedroom?
You dirty old man.
Yeah.
Oh, make it stop.
This video might end soon. Are you going to put the bikini on?
Don't push it.
Going to put nothing on?
Get back to your trade.
I know, but my mind's
Actually, I
one.
don't even know where the bikini is.
See that?
Last time it was on that daft doll you had.
I know, but you murdered the doll.
I didn't murder the doll.
She did. She murdered the doll. In fact, I'll tell you about that. We used to have Sally Swinger. We used to have a sex doll that used to sit with us. So if you haven't been here before, this is really going off track. But Steph, how's Linda? Is she doing all right there, Steph? Yeah. The big bald Finny. Sharon, she doing all right as well, eh? And then of course we have Shag with Barbara. Bet. So that's what. Do you think you'll bring it when we have a meet? We're having a Scruffy meet. I think everyone should bring their sex dolls with them. It was a running joke. It's what we do for the squad. Just when we're having a bit of a laugh and one thing and another. I sometimes send them a sex doll just to wind them up, and we now have like a special meet where we all sit there and we have our dolls and we have our cup of coffee and we all just have a bit of a laugh because we are children. Sorry, let's get back to this.
Bring on the dancing girls. Get rid of this idiot. Fuck you. Off.
So with this, what you're seeing here is a portfolio, and what I'm doing is I'm putting money into an ISA, and I put 500 quid a month into this ISA from the prop, and it's grown quite well, because if we come down onto this and I go there and then drop on the overview, you can see there it's steadily every month the ISA funds that I've picked is growing. Now, steady money. I respect the fact it's going to take a long time. It's going to pay me. I also watch what's going on with this so I can see exactly where I'm up to. In fact, I do keep a spreadsheet on this as well, because I am a bit sad like that. And if you bear with me, I shall show you. So, investment spreadsheet, and you'll see how I pick my stocks and shares. So here, this is an overview of what's going on. They're my best performing assets. You can see the monies that I've put in over the last couple of months, and it's growing quite well, 3.3%. It's outperforming the bank. I've worked out everything they've done over the last 5 years, what the rolling averages are over the 80 funds that's available. And up here tells me what the top 5 is. And now I'll keep adjusting this, seeing what it is, and then it tells me where I can put my money. If I've got 600 quid, which it did last month, it'll tell me where to put it. Simple. Respect. Planning. All of this. So, bit of a ramble, bit of a rant, but it's kind of a bit of background as to what was going on. Now, the prop industry has been rocked sort of over the last 2 weeks, and I was out of touch with it for a week, because obviously you've just seen I've been on a ship, no communication and nothing. I did get a little bit of wind of it before it came. However, if you watch my videos, you'll have seen that over the last 2 years I've never been a fan of the prop industry. Never been a fan of it, and I'm still not, apart from the 5%ers. And I'll explain a little bit why I trust them over and above everybody else. Now, when I first looked at the prop industry and it all came about, you sort of FTMOs and all of this, I'm one of these sad little buggers that reads T's and C's. I do my research, I do my homework. I respect the process. And I kind of figured out that this is untangible. It's not workable, not for the long term, because the milestones and the way that it's pushed will force you to disrespect the chart. It's going to force you to overtrade. It's going to force you to put a bigger position size on. And then you couple into the mix that you're a fuckwit freeloader, thinking it's easy money to big money. Well, you're going to blow your account. Well, that's exactly what happened. People are blowing their accounts left, right, and centre. And the sad thing is, there's people there that are probably pretty good traders if they're given the good guidance and the way forward. But the industry is sold on the money. And then it attracts all of the boom and bust guys. You know, oh, look at me. I've got this wonderful, huge account. I'm managing all this massive funds. No, you're not. You're managing a synthetic fund. It's not your money. It's not at all. The drawdown is the account. So if you've got a 4% drawdown, a 100k account, and they're boasting that they've got a 100,000 account, they haven't. They've got 4 grand. But they're putting positions on for 100,000. And then they wonder why the account blows up. It's because they're fucking morons. You know, they've got zero respect to the chart. What they're doing is they're making a very glossy, very fancy YouTube video to suck you in. No, it's not as simple as that. You know, trading is a professional career, not get rich quick. And they're calling the prop industry a Ponzi scheme. It is, to a degree, because the business model, when you look into these companies, the MFFs of this world, FTMOs, all of these others, is really down to the fees. The more fees that they get in, the better. And they'll collect more fees in than they pay out. So in essence, it is a Ponzi scheme. And because of the time limits, etc., it's geared in such a way you will fail. And sadly, that's kind of the way the world is. So how do we get around this? Well, I got to know the 5%ers 2 years ago. And in that time, not only have I got to know who the company is, I got to know what the back end workings of the company is. And they are slightly different in the prop industry. And I'm going to put my head on the block. I still trust them. You know, it's the only company I put my name to. Why? Because of that trust. I see the moral compass. I know Sol personally. I know Gil, who owns it personally. Tom, Alex, Ruben, the key players. I know them personally. I've been to dinner with them. So you can gauge what somebody's like when you're out with them away from a workplace. And they are genuinely good people. And they've got genuine good intentions. Don't get me wrong, it's a business model. They have to make profit. So they will sell the services. They have to. It's their job. But the services they have on offer, because they've removed the time limit, well, that makes you a proper trader again. Not one of these Ponzi scheme traders. Now, maybe it's too little too late. Time will tell, because the industry is about to go through regulation. Now, this is a good thing, because I had a conversation with the 5%ers about a year ago where they were talking about KYC, know your customer. Now, if they were talking about this a year ago, again, it showed they were ahead of the curve and trustworthy, because they were trying to put the customer first. And it's the age-old thing. You look after me, I'll look after you. You look after the clients, they'll come back and be trustworthy. But you shaft your client, they don't come back. And then they complain. And then when the complaints start building up, there's a light gets shone. And then you find out how dirty this industry can be, as MFF has just found out. So take into it what you will. If you're taken away from this, if you've only got a small amount of money, even £100, you can compound it up into something. It's how I built and created my living in the first place. I only started with just under 600 quid and I built it up, and I've now got a sizable fund that pays me quite well every day. You can compounded, and you can do one or two things with it. You can day trade it, but just be respectful of it. 2 or 3 times a day, you'll be fine. Or what I'm doing with my accounts is I'm day trading that small account. Half the profit goes into that Vanguard at the end of the month. The prop industry, I put between £500 and £600 a month into it from my trades, and the rest of it I just spend on what I like, because it's a bonus, it's not my wage. It's all about respect today, guys. And if you're over trading and tinkering with your charts, in other words, you have a system. I showed the guys the river system. The river system is very simplistic. It has a 2-stage trigger. It has a set stop. It has a set way of trailing that stop, and it has a set way of carving off profits. It's very mechanical, but you do have to sort of do management within it. If you're stuck to it, well, then it pays you incredibly well. In fact, I'll tell you how well it pays. It paid for this house. But if you tinker with it because you get burned off 1 or 2 trades, then you're not respecting the chart anymore. You're changing it. You're changing the rules of the game. Looking for the 100% holy grail. Sorry guys, the holy grail don't exist. Just keep it simple. Respect yourself. Respect the chart and process. And respect the account size. And if you can't do all 3, and you must do all 3, give up trading, please, because you'll never make it. But if you can, but you just don't see the path, come to the Discord. I'll talk to you, and you can even book a one-to-one with me, and I'll sit down, and I'm telling you, within them 2 hours, you'll learn more in 2 hours than you will in the last 5 years of trying to go through YouTube. And you'll see that, because you see it in my Trustpilot. I don't do many of them, but if I do them, I make certain that you get value from it at the end of it. And why? Because I'm sick to death of watching people do boom and bust, listening to the likes of this fucking arsehole.
You ding-dong!
Give it to me again.
You ding-dong!
Well, he is.
Oh, is it?
It's that stupid fucking idiot with the bloody sunglasses. Oh, look at this swimming pool. It's my private pool. Really? There's a fucking load of tourists in it when I'm watching it, you fucking moron. But all that glistens is gold. And remember, you can't polish a turd.
Really?
Well, you couldn't polish that turd.
You can't say things like that.
Why not? Why can't you say things like that?
Not nice.
Why? Oh, is that because we live in the woke environment? And I'm so sorry if I upset somebody who doesn't understand that the world is real. Fucking idiots. I hate the woke culture. Just get a grip, grow up, and go to work and do a job instead of being a freeloading benefit scout.
Oh, that's what I wanted, yeah.
I fucking hate them. They're freaking arseholes, a lot of them. And they're always the first to complain. Oh, look at me. Oh, poor me. Well, do something about it then.
They're not poor at all.
I know, they're not.
Don't know anything else.
I know, and it's me that's bloody paying it. Have you seen my tax bill? Fucking ridiculous. Anyway, almost had one there. That was a soft Scruffy rant. I was very good today. I could have been swearing and shouting and bawling and everything. What do you say? Was I amazing?
You are the most immature man I've ever met.
You're better not.
Yes, you are.
Not.
Oh, God, give me strength.
That's the 3rd time you've asked us.
Well, I'm hoping I'll have another shot. When you get to our age, it's sort of like it's a highlight of the year. Birthdays, Christmas, and maybe when she needs a new outfit of clothes. Do you want a new outfit of clothes?
Where are we going?
Where we're going? We'll go to the bedroom first. Right. So as always, boys and girls, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.